This summer was about origins and sequels, but now, a prequel. This week's Rise of the Planet of the Apes is a brand new beginning to a classic 70s sci-fi series.
We're going to tell you about the original Planet of the Apes, all of the sequels, and the new beginning we didn't really know we needed.
Here's all you need to know about this damn dirty franchise on this week's Damn Dirty Geek Crash Course.
Planet of the Apes is based on a novel called Monkey Planet by Pierre Boulet.
In the original story, 3 astronauts wake from cryosleep to find their fellow astronaut dead, and they've landed in the year 3987 AD.
They've crash-landed on this strange planet, and all of the natives are apes and monkeys and orangutans and things that scratch themselves and eat bananas.
Taylor meets Zira, an animal psychologist who is also an ape, Galen, a surgeon who is also an ape, and Dr. Zayas, an academic
who's kind of a dick.
Yeah, honestly.
Taylor, the character played by Charlton Heston, is captured by the apes and becomes a slave.
At one point he's shot through the throat so he can't talk, but his intelligence still manages to impress Zira. When he does regain his voice, he is eventually given a human woman, Nova, who's mute, to be his mate.
And we find out through the course of the movie that the human race destroyed themselves in a nuclear explosion and that they were actually on planet Earth the whole time, and that the monkeys took over, but they don't explain why monkeys aren't affected by radiation.
They're not monkeys. They're apes. And they're people too.
The original Planet of the Apes had a massive special effects budget. They spent almost a sixth of their budget, which was about $1 million, on prosthetics and makeup for all of the apes.
After the great success of the first Planet of the Apes film, there were several sequels. The first,
Beneath the Planet of the Apes,
features a new astronaut, Brent, who also crash lands searching for Taylor. He and Nova rendezvous. They find Taylor has gone missing, and they travel beneath the Planet of the Apes, discover a crazy mutant cult who worship an atom bomb. Taylor shows up, blows the bomb, planet go boom, and that leads us to
Escape from the Planet of the Apes.
Unbeknownst to our heroes over the course of Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Zira, Cornelius, and another ape scientist, Dr. Milo, have found Taylor's original ship, rebuilt it, taken it up into space. When the planet go boom, they come back, and it's the 1980s, but it's the future 1980s, whatever. They try to make peace with the humans, they end up getting killed, kind of brutally, but their kid, Milo, named after the deceased Dr. Milo, who becomes the lead character of
Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Milo, now a slave to the humans, renamed Caesar, rises up, see what I'm doing there? Takes over, frees his companions, and they begin the
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
In this battle between ape and human, they fight a third faction. The psychic mutants from Beneath the Planet of the Apes arise. They want to do bad stuff because they're gooey. The humans and the apes work together, beat the mutants, then the apes turn on the humans, there's stuff, a statue cries, I swear to God, which leads us back to the Planet of the Apes.
So, the upcoming reboot, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, kind of takes us out of this whole timeline and reimagines the story where Will, played by James Franco, is experimenting on apes because he wants to cure Alzheimer's. And the first monkey that he experiments on is called Caesar, and Caesar becomes super intelligent like humans, and he breaks out, he releases this modification to all of the other apes on the planet. They rise up, become evil, battle the humans, and we're back to Planet of the Apes.
The apes aren't evil, they're just misunderstood. Planet of the Apes is a media machine. Not only did it spawn 5 original movies, but there were also 2 TV shows. The first, the live-action Planet of the Apes, was a retelling of the original film story featuring 2 astronauts who survived the initial crash and their dealings with the apes. The second, an animated series called Return to the Planet of the Apes, was more based in the original novel with a more technologically advanced ape society. Planet of the Apes is a massive franchise with many fans. Some of those fans have shows of their own, and Planet of the Apes has shown up in those works.
One of our favorite examples is the Season 7 episode of The Simpsons called A Fish Called Selma. It's a Planet of the Apes musical starring a Phil Hartman-voiced Troy McClure as the Taylor character, and it includes hits such as Dr. Zayas, and You've Made a Monkey Out of Me. It's an excellent ape-based palate cleanser. Pierre Boulet, author of the novel Monkey Planet, which was adapted into Planet of the Apes, was hesitant to allow it to be turned into a film. He was unhappy with the previous adaptation of his work. The movie that didn't meet with his approval? Bridge over the River Kwai. So we, of course, recommend the original Planet of the Apes, which began this fantastic franchise with the ever-wonderful Charlton Heston.
But if you have to watch another ape movie, you need to see the strange, weird, and utterly fantastic Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Bad mad painting, background characters are just wearing pullover ape masks. It's kind of a mess. I love it. Yeah, I mean, they blow up the planet. They blow it up. A second time, technically.
At all costs, avoid the Tim Burton remake of Planet of the Apes. There's way too many puns, there's not enough plot, and there's a really weird monkey sex scene.
Helen Bonham Carter is in it, but they put her in ape makeup, and she's crazy. It's like she went bananas. Each week on Geek Crash Course, we ask an extra credit question. If you answer correctly on Twitter or at our website's contact page, you will be our Geek of the Week. This week, Simone R. of Las Vegas correctly answered that Donna Troy and Cassie Sandsmark have both been Wonder Girl. This week's extra credit question is... Can you name 4 out of 5 of actor Roddy McDowall's various roles in the Planet of the Apes franchise?
Thanks for watching this week's Geek Crash Course on Planet of the Apes. You can follow us on Twitter at Geek Crash Course or visit our website at geekcrashcourse.com.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Geek Crash... Oh, they blew it up! They blew it up!
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Oh, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.